Hello, my dear children. How are you all? Hope you all are fine over there. Once again, welcome to our physics class. In the previous session, we had discussed about standing waves or stationary waves. We also discussed the condition for nodes and antinodes in a standing wave. Nodes are points of zero amplitude. Antinodes are points with maximum amplitude. What is the condition to obtain node? The condition to obtain node is x is equal to n lambda by 2, where lambda is the wavelength and n is an integer starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. And the condition to obtain antinode is x is equal to n plus half lambda by 2, where lambda is the wavelength and n is an integer starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. Today, let's discuss about the formation of standing waves in a stretched string. Okay, so in a stretched string means a string which is stretched at both the ends. So in a stretched string, what are the standing waves? Okay, or how do the standing waves form in a stretched string? So now we are going to discuss nodes and antinodes of a system closed at both ends, and the best example for such a system is stretched string. So if we consider a string like this, and if the string is stretched at both rigid ends like this, it will be a stretched string. And if we pluck this string at the middle, we can see the formation of a standing waves like this in a string. And these are the antinodes, and these points represent nodes. Okay, so we know that if we consider a string of length L, suppose this string has a length L and this string is fixed at both ends. So the position at one end of the string, if we consider this end, here x can be taken as 0 and this end can be taken as x is equal to capital L, because length of the string is L. So the points vary from 0 to L. Now at x equal to 0 and at x equal to L, nodes are formed, isn't it? Because x equal to 0 and x equal to L are the closed ends, or they are the rigid boundaries, and at the closed ends, what are formed? Nodes are formed. You can see here a node is formed, here also a node is formed. Okay, so at x equal to 0 and x equal to L, node is formed. And we already know the condition for the occurrence of a node. What is that? X should be equal to n lambda by 2. It is the condition for the appearance of node. Here x has two values, x equal to 0 and x equal to L. At both ends, nodes are formed. But here we rule out this condition because x equal to 0 point has no significance. So we consider this condition x equal to L. So at x equal to L, nodes are formed. So here instead of x we can write L. At x equal to L, nodes are formed, and this is the condition for the occurrence of node. L is equal to n lambda by 2. And from this, what is lambda? Therefore lambda equal to 2 into L by n. And what is frequency? We know that velocity v equal to nu lambda, right? So nu is the frequency, lambda is the wavelength. So what will be frequency? Therefore frequency nu is equal to v by lambda. Okay, so frequency nu equal to v by lambda. So here lambda is 2L by n. Therefore frequency nu is equal to v by lambda. What is lambda? Lambda is 2L by n, and this n will go to numerator. So you will get the frequency nu is equal to n into v by 2L. Okay, so this is the condition. So this is the frequency. Okay, here n starts from 1, 2, 3, etc. n takes values from 1, 2, 3, etc. n can't be 0, because if n is equal to 0, that means frequency is 0. So that there is no significance in discussing such a situation. So we can consider the values of n from 1, 2, 3, etc. So the frequency of vibrations of a stretched string of length L is nu is equal to n into V by 2L, where n is an integer, V is the velocity and L is the length of the string. And this set of frequency at which the string can vibrate are called natural frequencies or modes of vibrations or harmonics. So three different names are there. So this set of frequencies are known as natural frequencies or modes of vibrations or harmonics. Okay, and this expression shows that the string can vibrate only for a particular set of frequencies. The string will not vibrate for all frequencies. It will vibrate only for a group of or for a set of frequencies. So let's discuss about those frequencies. See, we know that frequency nu is equal to n into V by 2L. Okay, and here n will take values only 1, 2, 3, etc. So when n is equal to 1, we will get the first mode of frequency, that is nu 1 is equal to V by 2L. When n is equal to 2, we will get the second mode of frequency, that is 2 into V by 2L. And when n is equal to 3, we will get the third mode of frequency, that is 3 into V by 2L. Okay, but can you see any frequency or any vibrations with frequency like this? 1.5 V by 2L or 2.5 V by 2L? Can you find any frequencies in between 1 and 2 or between 2 and 3? Any such frequencies can you observe? No, you can observe only the integral values of V by 2L, isn't it? Here it is 1 into V by 2L, here it is 2 into V by 2L. After V by 2L, next frequency, the string will vibrate only for this frequency, 2 into V by 2L. After that, the string will vibrate only for this frequency, 3 into V by 2L. You cannot see any vibrations with frequency 1.5 into V by 2L or 2.5 into V by 2L. That means the string will vibrate only for integral values of V by 2L. Okay, that is the string can vibrate only for a set of frequencies, and this set of frequencies at which the string can vibrate are called natural frequencies or modes of vibrations or harmonics. Okay, so here which is the lowest frequency with which the string can vibrate? So this is the lowest frequency when n is equal to 1. So V by 2L, this is the lowest frequency with which the string can vibrate, and this lowest frequency is known as fundamental mode. It is known as fundamental node. Okay, so what is fundamental node? Fundamental node, it's not node, it's mode actually. Okay. Fundamental mode is the lowest frequency with which the string can vibrate. Okay, so what is fundamental mode? It is the lowest frequency with which the string vibrates. So here, which is the lowest frequency with which the string vibrates? This is the lowest frequency, that is V by 2L. Okay, then what is the relationship between this lambda and L for the harmonics? So this fundamental mode is also known as first harmonic. Okay, so fundamental mode is also known as first harmonic. So what is the relationship between lambda and L for the first harmonic? So we know that first harmonic nu 1 is equal to V by 2L, and also we know V is equal to nu lambda, right? So here for the first mode it will be equal to nu 1 lambda 1. So here instead of V we can substitute nu 1 lambda 1 divided by 2L. Okay, so from this what is L? Therefore L is equal to nu 1 lambda 1 by nu 2 into nu 1. So this nu 1 and nu 1 will be cancelled, and we are left with L is equal to lambda 1 by 2. So what is the relationship? L is equal to lambda 1 by 2. Okay. So we got an expression L is equal to lambda 1 by 2 for the first harmonic. Similarly, for the second harmonic, you will get L is equal to 2 into lambda 2 by 2. That is equal to lambda 2 itself. And for the third harmonic, you will get 3 into lambda 3 by 2. Okay, so generally we can write the relationship between the length and the wavelength is n lambda by 2. Okay, integral multiple of lambda by 2. Now we need to apply these cases for each mode of vibration. See, suppose the string vibrates in the fundamental mode or in the first harmonic. So how many waves are supposed to occur there? So as per this relation, the relationship between the length of the string and the wavelength lambda is L is equal to lambda by 2. That means within the length L of the string, only lambda by 2 waves is formed. That means half of the wavelength is obtained. So you know this is one complete standing wave. So half of the wavelength or half of this wave is this segment. This segment is the half segment of the standing wave. So for the first harmonic, L is equal to lambda by 2. That means within the whole length L, this is the whole length L, and within this length only half wave is formed. Okay, so this will be the first harmonic. Okay, the string vibrate in a single segment in a first harmonic. Now for the second harmonic, what is the relationship between lambda and length? See, this is second harmonic. So for the second harmonic, length is equal to lambda 2. That means within the whole same length L of the string, lambda wavelength is obtained. Lambda means what? Lambda is the wavelength of one complete standing wave. So 2 segments will be obtained like this. Okay, so this is the second harmonic. This is the figure for the second harmonic. Similarly, for third harmonic, what is the relationship? For third harmonic, relationship is 3 into lambda by 2. Okay, 3 into lambda by 2 means what? 3 times lambda by 2. So 1.5 waves must be formed within the same length L of the string. So this will appear like this. Third harmonic will appear like this. So up to this one complete wave, and this segment represents one half wave. So it will be 3 lambda by 2. Lambda by 2, lambda by 2, lambda by 2. 3 lambda by 2. So 1.5 waves are formed on the length L of the string. Okay, so this figure is very important and you can expect a question for your exam. Sketch the first harmonic, second harmonic and third harmonic for a stretched string. So this is the first harmonic and this is the second harmonic, this is the third harmonic. Okay, so similar cases you will find on the stretched string of a guitar, violin or veena, like that. Okay, so some musical instruments are, the working of some musical instruments are also based on this standing waves. Okay, so that's all about today's session. With this I am concluding the session. Notes of the topic and YouTube videos are uploaded. Please go through it. We will meet in the next session. Till then, take care all of you. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.